Hello everybody and welcome to Eddzshed. Today we are taking a look at Twilight Arbor Path 2, probably. Down forwards, it is anyway. Twilight Arbor obviously doesn't work quite the same way as the other paths. Or as the other dungeons. So as you can see, this first bit, what we're doing is we're just running through. This bit is very straightforward. It's very much a corridor. It's the same as all the other, or certainly all the other down paths. Guardians are very good at actually clearing out them blossoms using their staff, so you'll have seen me do that at the very beginning of the video. And other than that, we're just sort of running through, and I'm currently having a bit of trouble doing that, but it shouldn't take me too long to just dodge past them. Nothing in here hits particularly hard. You shouldn't have any real issue. And this room that we've run straight into after that is actually the room where we're going to have our first main boss fight. And to sort of trigger the boss fight, you've got to kill, I believe it's actually only 5 of the nightmare vines, and then you can start hitting the main boss. So we're going to sort of skip ahead to that. Oh, as you can see here again, I'm just running around and clearing some of these blooms so that we've got a clear space to actually do the fighting in. Right, so once we've got 5 of them down, the main boss did turn up. You can obviously see that it's a lot bigger than the other ones. It should be straightforward enough for you to pick out which one it is. There's no huge technique to this. You just got to come in and just do damage to it. We're very lucky in having 2 guardians, so we've got more healing than it can do damage pretty much. You know, we're still having to pop a few heals now and then, but there's no real challenge to this boss for any party, so long as you're just aware of the AoE damage that it can be doing if you haven't, say, got guardians, so you're making sure to dodge out of the worst of it, certainly. Right, so once you come into this area, you're going to want to start clearing out everything. You'll want to be going around the edges and actually clearing out all the mobs. As you can see, I'm taking care of the blossom, so it gives us a clear space to actually fight in. And these are just sort of the basic elite mobs, but you wanted to get rid of them so that you can actually move on to the sort of main boss again. Right, so with all the archers going down, we're able to move on to the next bit. And this you're going to want to obviously skip all of the underwater fighting here. And you're probably going to want to skip past the rest of the monsters in this room. This room's a lot more open. It's not quite as much of a corridor as some of the other skipping sections, but the basic principle is you wanting to go straight ahead along it here and then over the bridge that you can see on the right hand side of my screen there. You've just seen somebody run across it, and I should get to it any moment now. I was going to save that person, but it seems they're suffering from lag, so there was no point in me trying. And I'm going to put down a wall of reflection, and we're going to come into this room and wait till we lose aggro, or we're able to kill some of the mobs that have followed us in, such as this one here. Right, so then this bit you can see that you can't run directly through these sort of force field bubbles. There are ways around it, as you just saw there with the engineer. They'll be marked as little sort of like cog. But with me being a guardian having the staff, I can use sort of the conal effect, and I'm still able to damage them through their protective barrier. There are other classes that can do a similar sort of thing. I believe that sort of the elementalists, meteor shower, things like that will still work through these. I don't believe that you can sort of blink through them, that you can teleport through them. But you can certainly do damage through them through stuff that isn't a direct ranged attack, so it isn't shooting or anything like that. You can do stuff here, as you can see, where I'm still able to do damage to them. Right, so coming through this next bit, it's once again very much a corridor that we're going to have to skip through. And I'm going to again be clearing out all of the blossoms using the staff. Other classes can sort of do this. I believe that the flamethrower works okay on them, but guardians are definitely the people that sort of specialise in clearing out these blossoms and cutting a nice clean path for the group to get through. So I'm going to come up this way. And then from here, as I say, we're just in very much a corridor. We're just going to be channeled through, and you're just going to want to make sure that you're getting your dodges right, and any defensive abilities you got, you're probably going to be wanting to use them from point to point. Right, at this bit, you're going to see lots of these pups. They are almost completely harmless. They will, however, still aggro to you, and if you found yourself surrounded, I wouldn't worry too much. I ended up pausing here because I thought it would be quite good fun just to basically massacre them, and I did get quite a lot of experience from it. Not that you really need it, but they're nothing to worry about when you suddenly see a massive horde of them. Any AoE effect, any AoE attacks are incredibly effective against them. So just use them up, and you should be fine. And as we've come down here, as we've jumped down to this bit, we'll have a small fight here, and then we go on to the main boss. We're going to stack in this corner, and we're going to try and pull stuff over to us. This is probably one of the most effective ways of dealing with this section. Right, now once we've pulled things over here, they can do a lot of damage, but it's very much sort of spike damage. So if you can survive that first initial section there that you've just seen, you should be okay. And then the majority of them will go down very quickly, especially if you've managed to group them up. These elites will go down very quickly, and then you've just got this main guard that you can see me beating on here with my hammer. Right, so this boss is finally about to go down. He's got a very big sort of health pool, or that's certainly how it's felt on the runs that I've done of this. I'm not overly familiar with this path, if the truth's known, but he seems to have quite a large health pool, but he doesn't do a huge amount of damage, so it's just a case of ganging up on him once the elites have gone down and doing plenty of damage. And then into this bit, we're going to run around to the back of this particular boss, and we're just going to beat on him. He will spawn sort of tree spirit things. I can't remember the correct lore term, so from this point on they are tree spirit things. Hopefully we'll get a shot of them in a moment in this video. There we go, yeah, these Okat, that's the name. These Okat things, the spirit form, will appear. They don't do a massive amount of damage. If you can kill them as you're killing the boss, that's fine. But this boss goes down very quickly as long as you're behind him, because you won't be taking much damage and you've got nothing really to worry about. And with this, the main boss goes down, and that's your loot and reward for the dungeon. So I hope you've enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you around.